This is a note written by Joseph George, in which he has some suggestions to the James Webb Space Telescope team. He believes that the space-filling substance, ether, exists and may be experimentally verified. According to him, because of gravity, every massive body in the universe maintains a denser region of ether around it. When light passes through these regions, light will get refracted and bent. This can explain phenomena like starlight bending, gravitational lensing, etc. He believes that this new approach will be helpful for the James Webb Space Telescope team to explore the universe in a new way. Now I will read the note. Joseph George prepared this note on the 12th of July 2022. Title: Ether exists and JWST can detect its effects. Massive bodies maintain ether bubbles around them. This explains gravitational lensing. In this video, I would like to talk about matter and energy, which are today generally believed as different manifestations of the same thing. According to the special theory of relativity, matter can be converted into energy, and energy converted back into the matter also. This Einstein's idea is so popular among us, and also the equation that describes it. Today, I mean the 12th of July 2022, the topic of matter and energy is more relevant than ever in the history of science, with the fact that are the latest scientific instrument which became a reality with the collaboration between NASA, the European Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agency to study and probe the universe. The James Webb Space Telescope has started to function at its full might in space at a distance of 1.5 million kilometers away from the Earth. Here, I have some new ideas to share with the James Webb team. Perhaps they will be helpful and useful in studying the universe in a revolutionary new way. I believe the mass defect that is happening across the universe has something significant thing to tell us about the long disregarded space-filling substance called ether. With the negative result of the Michelson-Morley experiment in 1887, the scientific community started to ignore the possibility of ether almost completely. In fact, later also similar type of experiments were carried out by scientists, but the results were the same. Now, at this point, I would like to share my thoughts about the space-filling ether with you. What happens to the mass defect that occurs in a particle collision experiment? What happens to the mass defect in a nuclear fission or fusion reaction experiment that we conduct here on Earth? What happens to the mass defect that occurs in an active star, for example, our Sun? What happens to the mass defect that occurs in neutron star collisions or in the black hole collisions? In my opinion, this is one of the most important questions ever asked by humans. The answer to this question has a huge significance in the understanding of the universe. It may open a new window to the universe. It can provide better explanations for many important phenomena in the universe. It may revolutionize our current understanding of the universe itself. Now, let's take a close look into nuclear reactions. Consider a nuclear fission reaction. For example, when a neutron with the optimum energy collides on a 92 uranium-2 235 nucleus, the uranium splits into two daughter nuclei and it releases neutrons, alpha particles, beta particles, antineutrinos, etc. Here, the energy associated with the mass defect is released as the kinetic energies of the product fragments and product particles. And when these collide with the surrounding particles of matter, results in the generation of a large amount of heat energy. As the energies of the colliding particles are so huge, the collisions result in the generation and emission of high energy X-rays and gamma rays along with other energy photons. Here, the interesting thing that we see is that there is no conversion of matter into energy. Instead, we see the missing mass and the kinetic energies of the products. When a grenade shell explodes, the chemical explosive in the shell explodes, and in a fraction of a second, it becomes a superheated gas. This rapid expansion of the explosion material breaks the shell and shoots the broken pieces in every direction. Here, if we do not know about the different states of matter, that is, solid state, liquid state, gaseous state, etc., people will start to think and believe that ordinary matter can be converted into energy. Here, if we do not know about the different states of matter, that is solid state, liquid state, gaseous state, etc., people will start to think and believe that ordinary matter can be converted into energy. I believe that the same thing happened when Einstein developed the mass energy equivalence hypothesis. Therefore, I believe that the missing matter in a nuclear reaction is converted into a super thin form of matter, and this detonation of the missing matter gives kinetic energies to the products. This form of matter is so thin that there is no method currently available to detect or measure it. If this is the case, then mass defect that occurs in all active stars in the universe, colliding neutron stars, colliding black holes, etc., produces the above stated super thin form of matter on a large scale. That means every missing mass in the universe is converted into this type of matter. For hundreds of years, it had been believed that there was a space-filling substance called ether. Therefore, I would like to call the super thin matter the ether itself. Since ether is still a state of matter, an individual particle of ether must have all the qualities of ordinary matter. That is, it must have mass, it could be attracted by gravity, etc. Therefore, because of gravity, every massive body in the universe should have a denser region of ether around it. I believe that Earth sits inside an ether bubble. The Sun sits inside a larger ether bubble. And the center of the Milky Way galaxy, the galactic center, sits inside a gigantic ether bubble. Earth's bubble sits inside the Sun's bubble. The Sun's bubble sits inside the galactic center's bubble, etc. Perhaps the bubbles created by the neighboring galactic centers overlap each other too. When the Earth moves through space, since the Earth maintains an ether bubble, the bubble also moves with the Earth, and there is no relative motion between the Earth and the surrounding ether bubble. Therefore, there is no ether wind. Because of this, if we measure the speed of light inside an ether bubble, it will be the same in all directions. In fact, the Michelson-Morley type experiment cannot detect the ether. The fact that gravity can create a denser ether region around massive bodies gives a new insight into phenomena like starlight bending, gravitational lensing, gravitational redshift, gravitational time dilation, precession of the perihelion of Mercury's orbit, the the orbital behavior of the S2 star near the galactic center, etc. I believe that starlight bending and gravitational lensing are simply the refractions of light. When light passes through different optical density regions, light will get refracted and bent. Now, the most awaited James Webb Space Telescope has started to function to its full capability. Each gravitational lensing detected by the James Webb is in fact an Aether bubble. This new view of the universe will be helpful to peer into the distant reaches of the universe. I hope the James Webb team will consider this also to study and explore the universe. I am Famila Joseph. Thank you for watching.